Hey everyone, welcome to the GameGravy Rewind podcast. Michael's here, and I have a special guest today. This is episode 76. We got Chris here, and our special guest is Matt Desmond. Say hi, Matt.
How's it going? I saw that you weren't going to have a Nintendo fanboy on today's podcast, so I figured I should fill in.
Yeah, I think that was great. If you guys don't remember Matt, you should. Shame on you, but he's been on Nintendo Fever for ages as our podcast host. All of those episodes are all alive, so if you like his chocolatey voice, definitely head over to Nintendo Fever and look them up.
It was a fun time, a lot of fun.
Yeah, we love having you back here. So today's gonna be fun. We're definitely gonna talk Nintendo stuff. We're gonna talk about the Nintendo Direct that happened yesterday. And yes, and as you know, I am a longtime Nintendo fan, but I like to play and buy everything. Chris is known as a Sony fanboy, but he does own Nintendo things and likes Nintendo too, and obviously you know Matt's viewpoint as a huge Nintendo fan.
Very big Nintendo fan, but I would like to point out, I also buy, good games. I have a PS4. I bought a PS4 just so I could buy the new Madden game and WWE 2K17 when it came out, or 16, and for when 17 comes out and stuff. I don't just play Nintendo games. Sadly, those two games that I named specifically are not on Nintendo platforms, but No Man's Sky, I sunk a bunch of hours in. Doom, when it came out on the PS4, I sunk a bunch of hours into as well. I definitely enjoy a good game, just so that's, made clear.
Good. So everybody's viewpoint when hearing these conversations, keep all that in mind. So that's good. Yeah, it's good to know. Perfect. All right, so let's start off. And some backstory here. We had a very emotional day today on Facebook in our public Facebook group. Look it up. It's GameGravy. On Facebook. Anybody can join.
On the Nintendo Fever one, actually.
Yeah, that's right. I'm sorry. It happened. That's our other website, Nintendo Fever. That's also public. You can join that too. It's Nintendo Fever Facebook community. It happened over there. And people like to discuss things that they see about video games. And there's happened to be a debate about whether the Nintendo Direct was good or not. If everything was meh or good or exciting. And we're gonna talk about that because these two had a little bit of a heated online debate, and we thought we'd bring it to the podcast to hash it out, because I think our listeners like to hear about that kind of stuff, because I think it goes both ways for a lot of people. Right. And it either will validate people's thoughts or they'll have something else to say, and they can leave comments down here or on Facebook. All right, so who wants to kick it off and start?
Well,
go. No,
I was actually going to say I think you should, because I'm the one that replied to your original comment, so I think we should kind of hear where you're kind of coming from.
All right, Chris, go for it.
That's exactly what I was going to say. To me, I thought that the Direct was... I loved the 3DS stuff. I loved the Amiibos, Cloud. Freaking awesome. It was great. Loved it. When it got to the Switch stuff, I was like... They gave us exactly what we wanted. Which is what they said... They gave us exactly what they said they were going to give us. Sorry. Let me clarify that. Which is fine. Which is great. But I wanted, that last little bit of thing where, they're like... There's just one last thing we want to show you guys. And for me, I didn't get that. Now, don't get me wrong. For everyone listening out there, I may be clarified as a Sony fanboy and everything else. I do buy Nintendo things. I've owned every single Nintendo system because of the fact that I couldn't find a Switch out there. I even bought it from QVC. That's $100 more, which is freaking ridiculous. I know, but I did it anyway. But for me, the Direct was not that great. But I like the 3DS stuff. I have a 2DS. I'm pretty sure the games will still work. I'm not too sure about it, but pretty sure the games will still work. But to me, I thought it was just okay. Something we haven't. I would love to see a Smash. Hey, yeah, we're bringing Smash over. Okay, that's pretty cool. But there was none of that. It was just ARMS, which Mike can attest to. The fact this thing is pretty much like a glorified tech demo.
Sure. Don't put words in my mouth, but that's exactly what I said. but no. I like the Direct, but To be completely honest with you, I've been complaining about a lot of different stuff lately, but I love my Nintendo Switch. I haven't played it in the last week and a half because I've been on PlayStation 4 a lot. I played the crap out of Zelda, which I love, but I burned myself out a bit, so took a break from that. Played some Master Blaster Zero. I'm on PS4 right now. But it actually made me go back to my 3DS and play games because there were games that I wanted that I thought should be released for like the Switch that are on the 3DS. So I've been actually playing that. And people are like laughing. They're like, "You're stupid. The 3DS is dead." I'm like, "No, it's not. They're still releasing games for it." And they talked about a few games that were coming to the Switch, the 3DS from the Direct. Kirby stuff looked cool. I'm a huge Kirby fan, and I was like, "Sweet, I'll play that." But you know what? I honestly think ARMS looks beautiful. It has a lot of potential, and I hope it's in more depth than it actually looks, because it looks just like a boxing game, which I think.
It looks like fun. The Kinect sports game, which is
it looked like the Wii Sports thing. They had boxing on that
when they were like punching each other. That's what it looked like to me.
I mean, and I get the strategy. You have different arms, you have different things, and they each do different things, and you're fighting someone. But for me personally, in the games that I like variety. I think that if I spent $50 on that or $60 or whatever, how much it cost, I think that I would get bored with it after a few matches and be like, okay. Because I'm like that with fighting games sometimes. I like more in-depth stories and, variety of gameplay and stuff. So,
I mean, for me, I think I was just looking for something that's for... Okay, we got Splatoon, that's coming in, I think, in June or July. I think that's what they said. Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah. I wanted something else maybe a little bit further down the road, just to be like, okay, that's coming out, and that's going to hold you over until Mario comes out. Something for okay, first we got Zelda, and then we'll get Splatoon, and then we'll get whatever game it is, and then we have Mario at the end of the year. Something to make it seem like the system's not going to collect dust. That's what I'm pretty much getting at.
Before Matt jumps in, I just want to quickly say I did like other games that were on there. The amiibos looked awesome. I definitely want a Cloud amiibo, right? I'm a little bit over turn-based RPGs, but the Saga 5 looks pretty sweet. I don't know. I'll be getting Mario Kart for sure. Street Fighter 2 looks awesome, but it's like the same Street Fighter, but a little bit enhanced and updated. So, I don't know. It's on the Switch, which is cool. And also, what was that game? There was a cool fighting game that I really liked. It doesn't... No, it was the other one where...
It was in the beginning. 2D fighting game?
I think. It's like a fighting game. It's kind of like where they had all those enemies lined up, and they were swinging swords, and they were just like blowing them up like crazy.
I'm gonna have to rewatch it for that. It wasn't Battle Chasers, was it?
No, it wasn't Battle Chasers. It was something else. I can't remember the name. It's gonna kill me now, because it's in my comment thread that I left for you guys on Facebook. That's for sure. It's not Samurai Showdown though. It's something else.
Keep going. I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah, it was right by. It was before the Saga 5 and the little block game that they had. Yeah, I can't think of the name off the top of my head. I can look it up.
Oh, is it Fate?
Yeah,
Fate Extello?
Yes, Fate Extello. Yes.
Okay, yeah.
That one looked pretty interesting. The characters looked kind of cool, and the gameplay looked kind of fun, and I don't know, it looked different. And I was like, I could go behind that and play that. That's cool. Anywho, those are mine. And Matt, you can take it away now.
Well, and I mean, I don't want to make it sound like I'm trying to express my opinions are better than anybody else's.
No, I'm playfully saying that. So.
I would like to say the things that made me excited about this Nintendo Direct, and I would like to say that I'm not quite sure what the expectations for, and I understand that you said that it's not necessarily that you had expectations built up, but you were expecting one more thing, or you're expecting just that one little tidbit of excitement to kind of hit you over the edge.
Yeah.
And I can totally agree with that, and I can totally get that. For me, though, going into it and not expecting to see so many third-party games, because we had 13 third-party games announced for the Nintendo Switch, was something that I was completely unexpected. The majority of them were something that we were completely unheard of, and I know that you talk about excitement for a port of a possibility of getting Smash Brothers, which we already know has either been in development or is in talks, so we know that's coming sooner or later.
It's definitely coming.
Getting Yeah, but the fact that we're getting an actual decently high budget port of Payday 2, which I agree is an older game, so is Smash Brothers. So the port is not the exciting part; it's the support that is a surprising part, and it's the exciting part of this to me.
Agreed.
So for me, the Nintendo Direct was filled with a lot of ups and many downs as well. Monopoly, I think it looked really cool. I would never buy it, obviously. To me, that's
Same
like a throwaway
here.
title. But
Same with Minecraft.
See, and Minecraft for me, because I've gotten more. It's weird. Minecraft is almost like meth or something, because like I'll put it down and not think about it, but then it like comes over. I'm like, hey, how you doing? And I'll go back over to it real quick, and I'll spend months on it. So it's exciting that it's going to come out. I'm annoyed that I'm going to have to pay for it again, all that kind of jazz, obviously. But I know that my daughter, if nothing else, will get enough excitement out of it that it'll be worth the purchase and add to the collection and stuff like that. The 3DS stuff I was excited for. I thought they did a good job showcasing the end of a life cycle and the end of a generation when it came to it. We are going to see more stuff get released into E3 as well, but this is the last hurrah when it comes to the 3DS, and they did a good job of saying, this is what we have for you to say goodbye with the system, which was both great looking first party material with a lot of like rehashed ideas on old stuff that we've already seen before, but it was enough to make you say like, oh man, I could totally play a little bit more Kirby, like there was enough there that had me excited for the 3DS as a whole to say goodbye to it. But when it came to the Switch stuff, that's when the excitement for me was like, man, they have a lot. Like, I remember the days of the old Nintendo Directs where we would watch something on the Wii U and it was like the same game for 15 minutes because they had nothing else to talk about. But this, they had the whole headlines, thing that they did, which I thought they did a really good job of, so they could give everything a decent amount of time of exposure, which was a cool idea. There's stuff that we also have on the horizon that they didn't talk about in this Direct, such as that Pocket Fighters game, which I wish would have got released like it was supposed to in this first in the launch window, but it got delayed or whatever. But that looked really good. As a whole, the Nintendo Direct to me was a very good stepping stone in a new generation of the Nintendo system. We got the news today that it's the fastest selling Nintendo system in North America, sold almost a total of 1 million units, and it's also one of the fastest selling consoles for a launch month that is untraditional, which we are in March, not November, or the end of a Christmas or a big holiday season of any sort. We also
we're at the beginning of the year.
Yeah, exactly. So like, there's just all this excitement, and the other part for me was this was one of those pre-E3 Directs, right? Like, we didn't need to hear about honestly the majority of this stuff. I mean, I thought this Direct, for the most part, barring a couple, maybe 2 or 3 games, we were just going to hear about ARMS and we were just going to hear about Splatoon. And we also found out that Splatoon has an awesome horde mode that it's going to be basically called, Call of Splat or Gears of Toon. We got this cool little horde mode that's going to be introduced, which I'm excited about. And ARMS, while I agree with the tech demo aspect of what you're saying, I do want to say you do know you can play it with traditional controls as well. You don't have to do the Wii boxing motion.
Oh no, yeah, I get it. I mean, just the premise of the game itself. Yeah. Like, I wish. Hopefully, there's more like in depth, because they can only do more. It's kind of like the Mike Tyson game, right? You have the boxer. You got to fight your way to the top.
It is going to be more depth than I think even what it's kind of showing off. The fact that you can do the 2 separate type of arms, I thought looked really interesting. I think they showed off enough unique arms that you can equip with your person. Plus, I read somewhere there was actually a couple more leaked fighters that were in the trailer. I guess either as opponents that they didn't talk about specifically. So there's obviously a few more secrets, which could be exciting as well. I don't know. Overall, the majority of information they shared, that's what I liked about it, was the amount of info felt like legitimate info. In the past, so much of the Nintendo Direct has been they spent an entire, like, I'm not a huge fan of when they do like game specific directs, like when they did the one for Pokemon Sun and Moon.
Yeah,
it's like, I get it, you have a lot of stuff to talk about in this game, I would rather just experience it. But the information that was given in this Direct to me felt like valuable information for the excitement and the hype, and also it's almost like an awareness of like, hey guys, not only do we have games coming, we have a lot of third-party games, and we also have a lot of interesting ideas continuing to come your way, and that's where my excitement came from for the Direct. I could see how someone watching it could be like, I mean, these are old games, there's nothing that's a big budget game, there's a little bit more of a met factor to it overall. So I'm not necessarily, obviously the internet allows us to hide behind a keyboard and say whatever we want to with no context or emotion behind it.
Sure.
So I think it's easy for me to maybe come across as though I was trying to like call you out on being a hater. Not so much a hater. I was just trying to say like I personally feel like a fan of the future is going to be excited about this direct. Where somebody who is interested,
I like that
the
viewpoint. That was unique.
Of the console or the system is going to look at it like, but what am I playing tomorrow, right? And that's kind of the more the impression that I got from you, Chris. And you can tell me if that was more or less correct or not correct, obviously. But to me, the future of the system looks really, really healthy, and that's what is exciting to me. Though I will say, if they would have announced a Smash Brothers game was in the works and it'll be out in June, I probably would have bought a second system so I could give it to my daughter because I'm going to be playing that thing like a mad.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Everything you say, I completely agree with. You're right with the fact of like me saying like wanting to play something now. I mean, Legend of Zelda came out. That's pretty much the only thing I can play right now that grabs me. But like I don't know, I guess it's something that I've always had a trouble with Nintendo systems when they first came out. When the 3DS came out, I had Ocarina of Time, and then when the Wii U came out, there was a new Super Mario Bros. U that came out with it.
Yeah.
And there was nothing really after that, and it never grabbed me to the point of like wherever future announcements were. There wasn't like that big thing that I was like, oh my god, this is such a system seller. I need to keep this, or I need to have this for this game.
No, I agree. I have friends that haven't bought the system yet because A, they can't find one, but if they had seen one, they still wouldn't buy it because there's not anything popping out of them besides Zelda. Still.
Yeah.
It is super depressing to go into a retail store, and if you go to like the section where they have video games, even though we've had like 2 or 3, I think maybe 4 total of retail games that have come out since the release, if you go to the retail section, at least in my local area, all you see is Zelda, Just Dance, and 1-2 Switch. You see 3 retail games at a store where you're supposed to purchase the system and then purchase a video game.
Yeah.
Those are your choices. Like that's pathetic. It's sad, and it would be a reason for someone who's not super either interested in Zelda or just wants more than one option, who doesn't have interest in like going to the eShop, blah blah blah. Like it looks like a dead platform already, which is bizarre.
Yeah. And I don't know if you guys
same with accessories
in your stores, but the accessories are all gone.
Ugh, come on, I need to buy a case already. This is getting ridiculous.
I did find a freaking Pro controller at my grocery store, right?
I love when grocery stores have random electronics.
Right. Well, it's kind of like it's called Meyer. It's in Midwest, you know.
Fred Meyer.
Fred Meyer, yeah. So I was at the I was getting some groceries. I walked over to the electronics area, and there were 2 Pro controllers there, and I bought one, and I'm like, yes.
Fred Meyer is where I found my NES Mini.
Oh, really?
Wow.
Wow.
In the wild.
They're not making them anymore.
Oh, yeah, I found out that today. I want one. I'm like, so much for playing NES with the HDMI output, you know, like, come on. I wanted one really bad, and I still haven't found one.
I was thinking about hacking mine just to kind of do, like, as an experiment to see exactly how hard it is and just kind of the stuff you can do with it, and then buying a second one when they went back into what I thought was going to be a soon production, obviously. But now that I know they're never going to make another one, I'm like, I'm going to keep this one pristine because I may not ever have a chance unless I want to drop $200 on this damn thing.
Sure. Well, I have a Raspberry Pi board, and I'm going to buy the NES case for it, and I'm going to... So what? I'm going to make my own. I'm going to build my own.
Not so hard to do. I got a Raspberry Pi Zero, and they're pretty easy to work with for the most part.
Oh, yeah. So screw you, Nintendo. I was kidding. If I saw one, I'd buy it.
Sorry, I was just going to say, final thoughts on the Direct. For me, personally, because we haven't actually got to hear a whole lot from you, Mike, I feel, other than you just thought it was pretty good. But, like, I mean, how do we feel about the whole thing as a whole, though? I mean, are you excited for the future? I mean, you said that you haven't touched it for about a week.
That's why I... wanted to have you on, because you had some good viewpoints. I've agreed with... I didn't really argue too much online because I agreed with both of your viewpoints. I was like, at the same time with it. Like, I skipped around a lot. There was a lot of things that I didn't want to see. Like, I didn't really care about Miitopia, Minecraft, RPG Maker, Rayman Legends, because I have it already, Payday 2, which I have a couple of those already, there's a lot of stuff like Monopoly I don't really care about, so there's lots of stuff where I was like, nope. So, Puyo Puyo Tetris is like, nah, whatever,
Get that demo.
So
Get that demo.
all right, I'll do the demo. I love Tetris,
and then
but
you'll be addicted enough to buy the. I was pretty happy with the demo. Not gonna lie.
Okay. All right, I'll give it a shot. But so like I felt like overall, but as a whole, like you said, was impressed. I really had zero expectations for this direct. I literally thought they were going to talk about ARMS, say, yay, Splatoon was nice, everybody, the test fire did good, and then say, don't forget to buy Mario Kart, it's coming out soon. And and that's pretty much it. And then maybe tease things for E3, but not give anything away. So we got way more than I actually anticipated, which was good. And you're right, the amount of third-party support that's out there and the things that they're releasing is building up a good base for what the system is. Because currently, right now, the reason why I really haven't touched it is because you can only play games. Right?
Yeah, that's very true. It's
on the
interesting
Switch.
still to this day. Like, two things happened during the direct that I wished would have that didn't. One, I wish they would have said something about the virtual console. Anything.
Yes.
Even that they were going
Correct,
to
me too.
have more information about it. Anything about it. It makes me
Yep.
believe and hope that they're really trying to get it right out of the gate, I hope. But the other thing
I hope
that
so
I wish,
too.
and maybe this is more of an E3 announcement, like the more I think about it, maybe the idea of video services, as weird as it may sound, is more of an E3 announcement when the entirety of the world is watching in comparison to the more niche fan base. Because if they somehow secure a deal with HBO to have HBO Now on it, like, yes, like that's the kind of stuff I want to see. Like, I don't mind the niche stuff like Crunchyroll or VR or VRV or whatever it's called.
Sure.
But like, I want to see the mainstream stuff, and obviously, I really do believe we're going to see Netflix and we're going to see Hulu. But like, I want to see WWE Network. I want to see HBO Now. Like, I want to see NFL Sunday Ticket. I don't think so much about that one's going to happen. But what my point is
Sure.
I want to see these things treated like us as grown-ass gamers. We use these systems for more than just playing games. We use it to interact with our media as well.
Yeah, like you want us to carry your system around. You made it portable for a reason. I have zero incentive at this current moment to take my Switch out of the dock and take it out of the house. I have zero incentive. I have a really nice, huge TV. I like playing it on the TV. Unless maybe I'm going to the bathroom. So I don't, no, but so like currently I have zero reason to even take it to bed at the moment, because I like the big screen. So it's like, if you really want to make it a piece of electronic that you want us to carry around, I carry my iPad because I can do everything on that right now. And if you had Netflix or Hulu or any of those other things that would make it worthy of like a daily carry and have games on top of that with like a virtual console or, just other things to do, then I would be more apt to carry that around and make it a part of my daily routine. But currently as it stands, and I think that was their intention from looking at their commercials, like the guy wakes up out of bed, he's cooking breakfast, he's playing the games, he's going back and forth, he takes it with him to go on the go. But, I don't. Right now, it's not there, but I do think it's got potential for the future. I just hope that they fully tap into it, And that's, that's my thoughts on that currently. Like, I hope they beef it up, and I think they will. I mean, it's not like the system can't run it, right? Yeah.
Right.
Especially if I travel on planes. I travel a lot, so I'm like that. I'll definitely take it with me, but I need more stuff to put on it.
The virtual console thing, that's just insane how they don't have it yet. But, I understand why they don't, because probably maybe they weren't ready for it.
It took the Wii U 6 months to get it after it released.
Yeah, and then maybe what they're doing is the fact they're like, oh, well, maybe you can just use your 3DS for now, and then once you roll the virtual console out, then that's when the 3DS officially will be phased out.
I wish they would. Yeah, I wish they would put all the 3DS content on frickin' Switch. That'd be great.
Yeah, Ant made the comment earlier in our Facebook feed, the fact that like everything for the Switch, why wasn't it announced for the everything that was announced for the 3DS.
They don't. Well, I mean, that's just like obviously it's both a simple answer and a difficult one, because one, they don't want to cannibalize their own sales. Like, they do have a very healthy. That's the other thing to remember. Like, the ecosystem and the amount of users, the base, like everything that's underneath the 3DS is very solid, and it is very healthy. You look at the sales for the system itself, and you also look for the games that come out to it. Fire Emblem Warriors is going to be a great example. Like, it's actually almost an impressive feat that they're going to release it for both the 3DS and the Switch, because it could actually cannibalize more of the Switch sales than it is going to cannibalize the sales of the 3DS game. You know, there's a much larger base there with people that already have a system, and it's not crazy to want to pick up your 3DS and still play it, because it's still a very well-made system with a lot of great stuff on it. I agree with everybody so far. Like, when it comes to 3DS, like, I have put it down for the most part, but I did pick it up after this presentation, and I downloaded that Kirby free-to-play game. I haven't played it yet, but I just downloaded it. So, I mean, it's not that it's dead. It's just I feel this is just that goodbye year. We are gonna say goodbye to it in a lot of ways, obviously, but they can't say goodbye until at least after E3. I feel, you know, it would have been much weirder if we would have saw them announce, like, and by the way, we have one game coming to the Wii U. That would have been weird.
Yeah. Have you seen a 3DS in any retail stores you've been at? Because I haven't. They're gone.
I haven't.
You know, I haven't actually either, and I'm that weird guy that, like, goes to electronics and, like, I look around to see what they have in stock for no reason.
I do too.
Yeah.
I was like, man, with my 3DS breaks, I'm screwed. I don't even have a backup. Like, how will I be able to buy one or even find one without buying a used one? Yeah, but probably not. I won't be able to get the shiny new one. So, but yeah. I don't know. So there are a bunch of games that are coming out soon, which is great. I want more, and I think we all agree about we do want more. And I'm curious to see what E3 is going to hold. I'll be there this year, so I'll be able to get hands-on stuff.
The one thing I will say, like, even though I'm super excited for, like, the Payday port and stuff like that, I'm genuinely excited for the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe game that's coming out, but I would have way more rathered a Smash Brothers game instead of a Mario Kart game. Way more, obviously.
I mean, I'm on the fence,
so
because
I'm with you when it comes to that.
Yeah, I'm on the fence because I love Mario Kart and I love Smash Brothers, but honestly, they're not new concepts to me. I have them all already. I had it for the Wii, I had it for the Wii U. I do have it currently for the 3DS, so it's not like something I'm like, oh, I just need Smash Brothers, or I just need Mario Kart. So I'm like, yeah, I can wait. That's cool. I mean, it's gonna look great. That they're gonna be new and shiny, but it's like, I hope if the Smash Brothers they do release it, they do something different with it or new. Add new features or do something cool. It's gonna be cooler because it's on the Switch, right? So.
Right? That's all that I need it to be, is just on the Switch. I don't care about special features. Just give me the same game and I'll
it's coming.
DLC.
Because of the amiibos, it's coming. So
man.
I want to know what the amiibos are going to do.
Amiibo, right?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, looks so good.
It looks awesome, and they're still on GameStop. I need to get them before they get sold out.
They're sold out by now.
No, they're not
yet. My
GameStop
luckily has been able to keep up to snuff with all the different amiibo that I've needed to get thus far. My biggest collection habit is definitely getting, like, those third-party characters. To me, it's such a cool. It's so cool to not only see them inside the Nintendo game, seeing Pac-Man and Mega Man and even Sonic still at this point, but the idea that, like, seeing these Nintendo branded made toys that are representations of it from the game, to me is just so cool. Like, seeing Cloud inside of Smash Brothers still just brings me, like, the nostalgia of, like, playing games and then just, like, pretending, like, I mean, it's true. Like, I was totally that kid. It's like, Mario's better than Sonic. You'd kick his ass if he had a chance.
Yeah.
Now I can do that in real life. It's all good.
For real. Yeah, I think that's pretty sweet. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I'm excited to see what these will do too, because the amiibos didn't do much in Wii U Smash Brothers. Let's be honest.
No. Talk about huge expectations when they first started talking to Amiibo. Like, this is going to sound like a sad story, but, like, I talked to my wife about these Amiibos. Like, I'm like, honey, you don't understand. Like, she's like, they're just little toys. I'm like, no, honey. You're going to be able to use these in multiple games, and they're going to do different things depending on which game it is. It's going to be amazing. And then, like, it came out, and she's like, so what'd that thing do in Mario? And it's like, oh, well, I mean, I got a cool helmet in Mario Kart. Oh yeah, what it do in Smash Brothers? I got a AI buddy. Yeah, cool.
Yeah, that's how I felt too. I think they got it right with Zelda 100%.
Doing a better job
for the
sure.
Switch.
Yep.
Yeah, and I think they did a good job in Splatoon, where you unlock gear and he becomes your friend, and there's extra levels and stuff like that you get. That was done right too.
What is kind of weird with the amiibo is I almost feel like us as gamers, we want to like see this, like we don't quite know what the magical like utopia like amiibo game is necessarily, because it seems like the most simple of things are good enough for us to be happy with it, such as like the Switch iteration with Zelda Breath of the Wild. It's just giving you a treasure chest and some extra goodies, and that really is, it's like, oh man, that's a pretty good idea. And if you do the old Smash Brothers one, you get Epona, you're like, oh, that's all I need, when in reality that's not much different than getting like an outfit in Mario Kart, but the one in Mario Kart seems kind of lazy. You know,
but they used the gameplay for Twilight Princess, how you had the wolf, to go to that special cave. That
was a good one. I agree.
That was a unique thing. And on top of that, if you did those caves and you did those levels and you used that same amiibo on Breath of the Wild, you got a bonus. You got all those extra hearts and life for that.
There. That's the way to do it. Make them feel like they're intertwined in some way with gameplay.
Exactly. I think that is the right way to do these things, and I hope they continue to do that.
Put them in Minecraft. We need to see amiibo in Minecraft so that I just scan it and I get a block set that is Mario or a block set that is Zelda.
Or you become that character, right? And you're like Minecrafting as that character.
Okay, I gotta take a deep breath.
Totally
right?
Right now.
Right? I mean, that would be sweet.
Hype level all the way up.
So.
Toot, toot.
I'm glad I could make it.
But since we're getting close to the end of this episode, I gotta ask Chris one more question though. I think I know what our real beef is.
What? What's going on?
I think our real beef is you're a Buccaneers fan.
What fan are you?
Are you a Jameis Winston fan?
Yes, I am.
Well, I'm a Marcus Mariota fan.
Ah.
Yeah. Now we get to the root of the problem right
here. Yes. I mean,
I saw some of your videos on you playing Madden, and I was like, oh, he's a Winston fan. That's the problem we got. That's the problem.
Oh man, Mike's like, I don't know football. I don't know what you guys are talking about.
This was a blast. It's actually been a very long time since I've done any podcasting, so I had an absolute wonderful time. Thank you so much for having me, Chris. I'm glad we were able to work some things out. And Mike, it's always a pleasure to talk to you. If you need a more level-headed Nintendo fan, if Anthony isn't available, you just let me know. I'm right here.